Hello everyone, I'm Kate Andrews and here's a look at what is going on this week in the news, and we begin from across the country. American Archbishop Fulton Sheen is one step closer to becoming a saint. On Thursday, a team of medical experts convoked by the Vatican reported that there is no natural explanation for the survival of a child delivered stillborn and whose heart did not start beating until 61 minutes after his birth. The parents of James Fulton Engstrom, now 3 years old and developing normally, credited his miracle to the intercession of Archbishop Fulton Sheen. Archbishop Sheen was a Peoria, Illinois diocesan priest famous for his 1950s television show, Life is Worth Living. James' mother, Bonnie Engstrom, said that after her child was born stillborn, she kept repeating Archbishop Sheen's name. The doctors were just about to call the time of death when James' heart started beating, 148 beats per minute, which is healthy for a newborn. The case will be reviewed by a board of theologians. If it is authenticated as a miracle, Archbishop Sheen would be beatified, elevating him from venerable to blessed. A second miracle would be needed for canonization. In news from the Vatican, during his Wednesday general audience, Pope Francis spoke about the season of Lent as a season of conversion. Rome Reports takes us to a sunny St. Peter's Square.
Pope Francis dedicated his catechesis at Wednesday's general audience to Lent. He defined it as a time of conversion.
La Quaresima è un tempo forte, un punto di svolta che può favorire in ciascuno di noi il cambiamento, la conversione. Tutti noi abbiamo bisogno di migliorare, di cambiare in su, di cambiare per il bene.
Pope Francis asked Catholics to better live out their baptism. This way, he said, they won't passively accept a world that doesn't pay attention to God, in which parents don't teach their children to pray.
Io vi domando, i vostri figli, i vostri bambini, sanno farsi il segno della croce? Pensate, i vostri nipoti, sanno farsi il segno della croce? Gli avete insegnato a farlo? Pensate e rispondete nel vostro cuore.
Pope Francis added that Lent also helps overcome challenging situations like violence and poverty. As the weather improves, Pope Francis spends even more time greeting pilgrims on board his Popemobile before the general audience. This week, one of the groups that caught the Pope's attention were these children dressed in yellow. The Pope got off his Popemobile to greet them individually. Another warm moment took place when pilgrims gave the Pope this colorful hat. After blessing it, Pope Francis didn't hesitate to try it on.
In news from Italy, the Shroud of Turin will be on public display April 19, 2015 through June 24, 2015. The Archdiocese of Turin, custodian of the Shroud of Turin, has announced that the 67-day display will be the longest period of time that the linen cloth, venerated as the burial cloth of Jesus, has ever been available for public viewing. Pope Francis has already announced his plans to schedule a visit to see the shroud. The public display will coincide with several events in Turin to mark the 200th anniversary in 2015 of the birth of St. John Bosco, the founder of the Salesians. The theme for the 2015 display will be The Greatest Love, which the Archbishop of Turin described as the love reflected in Jesus, who accepted death on the cross for the salvation of all. And finally in the news, Pope Francis welcomed Rome's priests to the Vatican this week. Rome Reports has the details on the meeting and reveals something you might not know about Pope Francis.
Thursday morning was full of comments, reunions, smiles, and anticipation for Rome's priests as they waited for their bishop, the Pope. Pope Francis welcomed them inside Paul VI Hall for the traditional yearly gathering to mark the start of Lent. The Pope talked about mercy and forgiveness, but he also exposed something personal. He keeps near his heart a crucifix that belonged to an Argentine priest well known for confessing many people, including John Paul II, during one of his visits to Argentina. With lots of empathy, the Pope explained that he stole the crucifix from the priest's rosary for a good purpose.
Subito è venuto in mente, no? Quel ladro che tutti noi abbiamo dentro, no? E mentre sistemavo le fiori ho preso la croce del rosario, la croce così, E con un po' di forza l'ho staccata. E in quel momento l'ho guardato e ho detto: dammi la metà della tua misericordia. Ho sentito una cosa forte che mi ha dato il coraggio di fare questo e di fare questa preghiera, no? E poi con la croce l'ho messo qui in tasca. Ma le camicie del Papa non hanno tasche, no? Ma io sempre porto qui una busta di stoffa piccola e anche da quel giorno fino ad oggi questa croce è con me. E quando mi viene un cattivo pensiero contro alcuna persona, la mano mi viene qui sempre e sento la grazia, no? E mi fa bene.
Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. I'm Kate Andrews. Don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV Network.